Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to the Black Wallet ZM, where I am simply on a journey to building generational legacy and therefore wanted to document my journey as well as just to inspire and impact other people as well to think generational. So if you're watching this video for the very first time, consider subscribing. In today's video, I wanted to share with you a conversation actually which we already started, which was about how I made my first million kwacha or things that I learned from that experience. In today's video, I wanted to take a more practical approach that is to enlighten you with things that I did to acquire that much money, which happened in 2021. First things first is I made up my mind. I had my mindset. That is mindset. I decided I will make this money. Therefore, the way I treated a 5 kwacha versus how I treated a 1 million kwacha is relatively the same. The same approach in the sense that if you asked me, can you make 5 kwacha? I would say, yes, I'll do. What do? I get that money, go and buy candy, for example, and sell it to people around me. That is the first concept I had. So your mindset is key in ensuring that you achieve or you make your first million. Like earlier mentioned, I made up my mind. I said I'll make this 1 million kwacha, come rain, come sunshine. And therefore the energy and the approach I took was as though I am buying a product that needed to be sold to several people for me to meet my target. I sold several products, of course, over time, which is almost like a year to achieve that goal. But I want you to have the concept of 1 million kwacha. I need to find a product. Let's take perfumes, for example, that I'm going to sell at 400 kwacha. So you're going to divide the amount of the perfumes by the 1 million kwacha to give you the total amount of products you would need to sell to have that money. That is a way you are really training your mind to think. That is a way you're making your mind to be realistic, and it's something you can achieve. That worked for me. I work for an institution where we have like 3,000 employees, and I marketed the product as much as I could to every individual. Then I was selling perfumes, I was selling earrings. Any product that I sold, I really used my institution as a marketplace, and it worked for my benefit. So you really have to utilize that by simply making up your mind. What strategies are you going to take to achieve those results? Now, it's important for you to understand that strategies change over time. There are several things, several businesses that I probably did take that worked and did not work. I've shared that I lost $6,000 in a Bitcoin investment. That did not make me say, okay, I lost this much money. That was in 2020, by the way. Therefore, I'm not moving forward. I made up my mind to say, I lost that money. Now I have to change my strategy. I don't just invest in things that I don't know. So it's very important that you have your mind set. There are several businesses that I tried out also that worked and that didn't work. But ideally, the fact that I was able to invest in so many ventures gave me an opportunity to have several streams of income. Businesses that I tried are perfumes, handbags, selling hair, earrings, doing money transfer, consultation, everything that I could, investing in my family's businesses. I know someone selling chicken, they're making profit. Oh, hey, can I invest my money? You give me this much at the end of the month. That ideally contributed to the money that I then shifted into my assets. So having multiple streams of income, it doesn't matter how little it was, definitely did help me. Whatever opportunity I found, I really did utilize that and invested in it, no matter how little it was. If it was promising, I invested in it. It's very important for you to also understand the risk in that. Looking back, I was like, wow, I was a risk taker. It worked for me and helped me achieve the results that I wanted. But it's also important for you to understand a strategy. Don't just do it because I am doing it. It's for you to analyze, is this workable for me? The person I'm entrusting in this money, are they going to give me back this money? There are businesses that didn't work for me. So I did long reach. I did long reach for like 3-4 months. I realized this is not for me. I did Herbalife, for example. There are warehouses here in Lusaka. I would buy, make packages on my Instagram, post it, and people would buy. I realized over time they were buying, but people were more inclined to wanting to know what I was eating. So then I shifted into selling meal plans. So when I say commit to the results, not to the strategy, it's really to give in room for you to analyze the process. Is it working, or if it's not working, then you drop it. So very key for you to understand. So I did my first capital investment, actually, like my first, not capital, one of the first things that I did, which yielded a lot of money for me, that helped me really use that into buying these products I'm talking about that I saw these. I taught English, if you didn't know. I have a diploma in teaching English as a foreign language. I did teaching English as a foreign language. That's like the UK exam. And I used whatever I was earning to invest in other ventures. So it's okay for you to take a detour, actually, from what your career is, what your profession is, to raise funds. That is absolutely okay. And we should really consider it normal. There are people I've seen, several people, they've traveled to the UK to work as a nanny. They want to raise that capital. That is okay. Use that money wisely. So yeah, that could be your starting point, for example. So I did village banking as well, gained a lot out of it, lost some. I did Herbalife products. I would do these packages for myself where I would sell to people. I did long reach. And when COVID broke out first, I was one of the first people to sell hand sanitizers in Kabwe. So I partnered with a friend and then would have them sold, distributed. So you really have to maximize the opportunities presented. Even if it's considered a tragedy to someone else, your perspective must be open. Can I have an opportunity out of what other people are thinking is a tragedy? I also started supplying books, which was really a very great stepping stone. I would buy books, have them supplied, delivered across different schools, and even ended up partnering with one of the bookstores here in Lusaka. So that's really gave me great income. I've mentioned all these businesses I was doing. So the secret, the top secret in you making your first million, whatever you make out of your business, take it into assets. Take it into an investment vehicle so that it multiplies. And use the secret in compound interesting to ensure that you reach your 1 million goal. Let's say I make 5,000 kwacha out of perfume. I immediately threw it into an investment vehicle. I'll do stocks, I'll do bonds, and I mostly did offshore investment. The first 1 year of working as a teacher, every money I earned, I invested in an offshore investment in Ghana. Now, the dollar rate here in Zambia in 2021 wasn't doing so well. 1 kwacha to $26. And when I got my pay from Ghana, initially I invested when the dollar was at 10 kwacha. Can you imagine the profits already? So it's very important that you understand that the 1 million kwacha will come, especially if you are able to focus on investing the whole 1 million. When I talk of the 1 million, it's not like it's even seated in my account. It's constantly growing, invested in different places. That's the concept I use. Use a variety of businesses to gain an income, get that income, invest it in an asset vehicle. That is the shortcut and the best route for you. So make up your mind, have multiple streams of income, then take that income, put it in an asset, and let that run over time. And while that runs over time, now become valuable. Invest in yourself, invest in your time, and ensure that you are utilizing your time to ensure that you are making more money. What are you doing with your time? Find out what investment opportunities are there, what opportunities are running, for example, in your country, in your city. Use that time to research as much as you could. And once you are satisfied with the investment that you think is really going to work for you and you're comfortable with it, it works with your strategy, it works with your risk appetite, then you can go for it. Ideally, that's the strategy. That is really the shortcut, and you really have to be patient. And like I said, you focus more on the results and not be committed to your strategy, because your strategy can change. Economy happens, crisis happens, maybe you lose money, maybe you end up having an emergency, but change your strategy over time. And I guarantee you, you would be celebrating that you made your first 1 million kwacha. I made my first 1 million in 2021, and now I've challenged myself to be on a journey to making my first $1 million. So let's do this together.